Today on Eagle Nation News, Haley Brown is on scene at the Out of the Darkness walk that was held last Saturday.
Grant Johnson and Annika Hankey pay a tribute to our beloved Eagle Stadium.
And finally, Madison Wells will be in studio to discuss theaters, Seussical the Musical.
Eagle Nation News starts
right now.
Good afternoon, Prosper High School. Today is Monday, November 5th. I'm Cameron Silva.
I'm McKinley Bounds.
And I'm Tyler Winden.
So tomorrow's the midterm elections where here in the U.S. citizens vote for House of Representatives and Senate members. McKinley, you have more on that?
Thank you, Cameron. That's right. We are on the eve of the midterm elections, and big news today about the race for the 32nd Congressional District. Now that includes parts of Dallas and Collin County. Democrat Colin Allred leads Republican Pete Sessions in the latest poll by 4 points. A Democratic win there would be a big upset in a historically Republican area. The other big race, of course, is for Ted Cruz's Senate seat. He and Beto O'Rourke remain neck and neck.
Thank you, McKinley. Over the weekend, Yearbook, Eagle Nation Online, and Eagle Nation News were in Chicago for the JEA NSPA convention. Andy Alfaro won honorable mention, Lily Watson was awarded excellent for academic copy and caption writing, and Ashley Means received honorable mention for student life, copy, and caption. Here at ENN, we took home for the second time the 2018 Pacemaker and also won second and fourth place for Broadcast Story of the Year. Eagle Nation Online had many awards given to Paige Bruder, Neha Madeira, Anna Arredondo, Kennedy Wiles, and Haley Stack.
Thank you, Tyler. Now we send it over to Haley Brown, who was on scene at Saturday's Suicide Prevention Walk.
I'm here at the Out of the Darkness walk where Prosper community members take one step closer to suicide prevention and raising awareness for the leading cause of death among teens.
The Out of the Darkness walk allows community members to raise awareness and funds that allow the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention to invest in new research, create educational programs, advocate for public policy, and support survivors of suicide loss.
So why do you think suicide prevention is such an important topic for people to raise awareness for?
We know that suicide is on the rise. We've lost several people right here in our own community. We need to be talking about it. In the past, so many people didn't want to talk about suicide, and I think that made it hard for people that needed help to get help. We need to talk more.
So why do you think suicide prevention is such an important topic to raise awareness for?
Well, people like myself, I have struggled personally, and I know a lot of my friends have as well, and it's something really hard to talk about, and I think that events like this help bring awareness to it and help people know that they're not alone.
If you or someone you know is struggling with suicidal thoughts, know that you are not alone or helpless. The National Suicide Prevention Lifeline is available 24/7, as well as the crisis text line.
Today's event aided in shedding a light on a topic that is begging to be talked about. As the walk comes to a conclusion, we take another small step towards suicide prevention. As family and friends who have lost someone to suicide walk today, they walk in hopes that others do not have to feel the same pain. Reporting for Eagle Nation News, I'm Haley Brown. Prosper.
Thank you, Haley. It's heartwarming to see the community come together like this for a great cause.
Coming up next, Grant and Annika take a moment to say goodbye to the old Eagle Stadium.
Are you eligible to vote? Have you registered to vote? If you've answered yes to both of these questions, then make sure that tomorrow you vote. Check your registration and find when and where to vote at vote.org. Seriously, go vote.
As many already know, the next Prosper home game will be in the new stadium. In memory of the newly retired one, Grant Johnson and Annika Hankey highlight a unique connection between the very last game and the very first one. Take a look.
Friday Night Lights, what everyone looks forward to throughout the week. This year, however, is special as we said goodbye to the Eagle Stadium, the home of the varsity football games for the past 27 years.
This stadium actually, the only thing around it was a farmland. I mean, there was no field house, no Reynolds, no MPF.
Jeff Harrison, a former member of the football team class of '93, was part of the team for the first game at the Eagle Stadium.
Well, it was a new stadium at the time. Our old stadium was 3 decades old, I believe, so it was very run down. So it was exciting. The whole town was excited at the time, and as well as the school and the players. Student body was all excited about it.
Jeff's son, Dylan Harrison, was able to play at the last game of the Eagle Stadium.
Especially this being my first year in varsity, I always remember coming to the games, and then playing in the last one was especially cool. But yeah, I do think it's been weird. I'll probably go to games in the future.
As Prosper has become over 20 times the population it was back in 1991, the stadium has become overcrowded. However, next year everything will change with the opening of a new stadium across from Frontier Park.
The population of the town at the time was 1,000 people, so wasn't a whole lot of people to come to them.
Well, when I first found out, that kind of got my mindset to where I need to make it special, make it one to remember. And I wanted to make him proud, of course. And towards the end of the game, when I saw the clock ticking down, I realized, that's it. There's no more. We're probably never going to walk on this field again.
Reporting for Eagle Nation News, I'm Annika Hinke. Prosper.
Thank you, Grant and Annika. Right after this, Madison Wells will have more on theater's recent performances.
And now we send it over to Madison Wells with your Eagle Update. Thank you, McKinley. I'm Madison Wells with your Eagle Update. This week is a very exciting time for Prosper Theater because they are performing this year's major play, Seussical the Musical. This was a great opportunity for all students to display their talents because anyone from any Prosper school had the chance to audition. Performances of the play started last Friday and will continue until the final showing on November 10th. Show your support for Prosper Theater by catching a performance before it wraps up. Make sure to follow us on Twitter at Eagle Nation News and check out our website, eaglenation.net, for previous episodes. Back to you, McKinley. Thank you, Madison. And now for today's meeting schedule.
Well, that's all the time we have for you today. For Eagle Nation News, I'm Tyler Winden.
I'm McKinley Bounds.
And I'm Cameron Silva. Live long and prosper.